The purpose of this video is for me to just kind of debrief something that is going on with a current client of mine who has Loancare, in case any of you out there are also struggling with Loancare. If you're a subscriber to the page, welcome back. If not, make sure you subscribe and like the video below. It really helps me get this information out there. So if you are watching this and you have Loancare, you know that they are horrible and very hard to work with. Not only are they hard to get a hold of, their representatives have a varying amount of information. You will often hear conflicting things. Your hold times will be long. The hold music is really annoying. Everything from little issues to big issues is just Loancare in a nutshell. So if anyone who actually has any authority at Loancare happens to be watching this, you guys need a complete revamp of your system. Call me. I'd be happy to help you know what to do. That's a little bit of a rant on my part, but getting back to what's going on right now. So I have a client who qualifies for one of these FHA partial claims. So as a reminder, if you're a homeowner who's been on one of these COVID forbearance plans and you have FHA, at the end of your forbearance plan, you should be able to receive what's called a standalone partial claim. As a quick reminder of what that is, basically, banks agree to take the amount that you missed in the forbearance. They take that amount that you missed, they put it on the end of the loan. So whatever your maturity date is, that's when the amount that you missed in your forbearance becomes due. It's a way to avoid you having to pay everything that you missed on your forbearance plan, and a way for you to just resume making regular mortgage payments. So if your situation is like standard, meaning COVID hit, you had financial hardship, you couldn't pay, now you can pay again, but you have this outstanding amount that you missed during your forbearance and you have FHA, you're probably going to want to get a partial claim. So we go to Loancare, we go through the required procedures to request the partial claim. I received information that my client was approved. I'm like, great, send me the documents. They sent me the documents and I opened them up. I'm all excited. It's always fun to, help resolve things for people. And they dated the documents October 15th, 2020, which is not correct. That was a full-blown year ago. Somebody was trying to date the documents to be effective October 20th, 2021, but they wrote the wrong year. And what happened when they wrote the wrong year is the amount of money that was being moved to the end of the loan got split in half. So instead of waiving the full amount that these homeowners missed on their forbearance, the bank was only agreeing to move half of the amount as the partial claim. So if we hadn't noticed this and we hadn't been, able to work with them to correct it, what would have happened is the homeowner would have signed the partial claim documents, only half of the money would have gotten moved to the end, and they potentially could still be in default for the other half. And all of that happened just because somebody on Loancare's end put in the wrong date. They just made a literal clerical error that then impacted the numbers. So I share this mostly to just vent for myself because this is my day-to-day and it can be very difficult with Loancare. But in all honesty, I'm sharing this with you so that if you have Loancare and you're going through this partial claim process with them, or a loan modification process, or a short sale process, read every word of your documents. And I would highly suggest getting an attorney in your state or somebody else to look at the documents as well. Loancare makes mistakes. They don't review their documents, and it is very, very difficult in order to get things fixed once you execute a document. So it's always better to catch their mistakes before you actually sign things. If you catch a mistake with Loancare, what you'll want to do is open up an escalation, meaning you'll want to say those words to the bank when you call them. You say, I want to open up an escalation. You ask them to speak with a supervisor, and what they will do is they will open up an escalated issue in their system, basically indicating to a supervisor in the department that's handling your matter that there's been a mistake, and then you need to be calling up every day, every 48 hours until the issue gets resolved. If you notice a big mistake like that on one of your partial claim documents, quite frankly, the best thing you can do is to get an attorney. But if that's not an option for you, make sure you understand about escalations and you understand to ask for a supervisor, and you call them every day until you have the resolution back in writing. If you have questions about this, let me know.